What's going on, folks? The Celtics are going back to the NBA Finals. Amazing late game, miraculous wins despite Zach Zaba's best efforts, among others, to put us down. Spoonie, Jake, how you guys feeling?
Never in doubt, dude.
How did we win that game?
Jake and I were just saying before we jumped on, he was like, I don't know what even happened.
What just happened,
It felt
dude?
like 2 minutes of a loose ball situation to end the game where it's just pure chaos.
Yeah, dude. Tatum throws the ball at Drew Holiday. I missed that. I looked down the court to see what was happening in transition. I look back and the ball is just in Siakam's hands. Tatum's got his hands on his knees. Apparently he threw it and Drew Holiday had turned around. It hit Drew. It went back to fucking Siakam. Man, find a way to win, dude. Find a way to win. Easy money. Celtics finals. Let's go.
It all counts the same, dude. It all counts the same.
Yeah. Unbelievable. I don't even know where to start. Like when Tatum got that rebound, he threw it to Drew and it bounced off Drew. It went back to TJ McConnell for the score. And then the Pacers, they turned it back over again. And it was just absolute chaos and madness out there. And Jaylen Brown, who had been a little clumsy with the ball all game, ended up with a nice stat line.
Yeah.
He drives, kicks out to Derek White in the corner. Amazing playmaking chops there from Jaylen Brown. We didn't think he was going to be able to sort of find that fluidity in his game, particularly based on his performance in the first half. He makes this game-winning play out to Derek White, who hits the heavily contested three over Aaron Nesmith to put it away. And then that last play, Jason Tatum puts up the three. We were just saying before we got on live here that the next best thing after just a make on that Jason Tatum three-point attempt would be a bounce off the back rim up into the sky for multiple seconds off the clock, which is exactly what happened. And Drew Holiday gets an amazing rebound to cap off an amazing series for him. Celtics back to the finals. I have no notes.
True.
I have no notes.
Yeah.
My Google Doc is just my face in my keyboard and whatever came up from that.
Yeah,
basically that from Antonio is my
I've got the little the presentation happening on my other screen here, and Joe Mazzulla is actually smiling. It's a miracle. Joe Mazzulla, the Celtics undefeated on the road going into the NBA Finals here, which is pretty wild. But yeah, man, Jaylen Brown, not the cleanest game, that's for sure. But he made some big shots. He even had one big shot taken off the board with the late shot clock thing. And but man, he held it together and that awesome step through late. That's been a move that he's gone to a bunch in the conference finals, which we haven't seen a ton of. And he gets to 2 feet and then gets down. They're about to announce it. What do we got, Ben?
Jaylen Brown. Larry
Jaylen
Bird
Brown!
Trophy winner.
Well deserved.
Let's go.
Eastern Conference Finals MVP winner. How good.
Hell yeah.
That's so good.
JB.
Deserved.
Yes.
Yeah, and a nice restores balance to the Jays lore fantasy universe as well. Each one getting the Eastern Conference Finals trophy.
Yes.
Love to see it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, JB basically single-handedly won 2 games for us, right?
Yeah.
With the game 1, 3 in the corner, and then that 40 piece in game 2. So very well deserved. JB's defense was really, really good, I thought, for most of this series.
Clutch block.
Yeah, that was a monster block on Nembhard.
Yeah.
And in classic JB fashion, even that kick out to Derek White for the game winner, he lost the ball kind of on his way to the paint, but he scoops it back up, finds out the perfect pass. So I will turn myself up. But yeah, dude, I think that's a well-deserved award for JB for sure.
Yes, this is good. I said I think the best outcome as far as the vibes of the team goes, it's Jaylen Brown would win it. And it would not be a participation trophy. He was averaging 30 points per game coming into tonight, and he ends tonight with 29 points on 22 shots, 11 for 22, 4 for 8. Those three. Hey, he missed the free throws early, but he did end the game with 4 straight free throw makes. So maybe we're on our next JB free throw make streak. But yeah, early we had concussion, and I said it earlier in the game. I'm very rarely do I feel like JB, if he's off, does he find it again? And I don't even really feel like he ever completely settled, but he did settle at least enough to put the orange ball in the basket a ton throughout the game, and eventually the game becomes about a bucket. And so was he the one who had the assist to Derek White in the corner? Yes. I don't know what happened really. Okay, hey.
Neither do I.
And man, and D White, D White, like, how many times has he made that shot all year long? And he missed that shot just before. Like, Tatum and Derek both have in and out threes. Jaylen misses that floater in the lane. Like, they had a bunch of really good looks to take the lead. They couldn't get him to go. But Derek, especially in the corner, all season long, he's made those shots. And that's got to feel good for him, for everybody to kind of relive some of that clutch magic that he's lived all season long, to be like, yes, doesn't matter. Conference finals, closeout game, on the road. D White Magic, still got it.
We shot under 32% from three in this game. We lost the free throw battle. We barely won the rebounding margin, and yet we found another way to win. Like, just another one of those classic new modern Celtics wins where, like, you hit the under on all of these sort of success metrics for the Celtics historically, and you still somehow find a way to win the game. And there's been kind of three of those in this series where you're like, wow, that could so have easily gone the other way. So a sweep, but a scintillating sweep is what I'm trying to say here.
A lot of ittings in there. Yeah,
man.
It's like, dude, like that, I kind of think it's a little bit sort of bullshit or like a boomer basketball take, but championship DNA, dude. Like, you just got to gut it out when the shot's not falling. It is, like, it really is. And it's kind of annoying the way that they could just turn the defensive switch on and off in this series. Was like, God damn it, guys. Can you just, like, do that a quarter earlier so we can coast a little bit? But going from, like, the second half of the third quarter in game 3, they completely changed the game with their defense, and the Pacers didn't score for, like, the last 4 minutes of this game or something crazy.
That's tough.
Or at least didn't hit a field goal. They may have had some free throws in there. And it's just like, you can tell when they're just locked in, the ball pressure's higher, the switches are crisper, and they're not over helping. And even the Pacers, who are shooting out of their minds, had absolutely no answer once they flipped that switch.
Now, look, we've got about 4 to 5 minutes left here, and then we're going to hop off and let the CLNS Garden Report guys go, and then Jake and I will be back a little later for Celtics Late Night, and then it's just pods, live podcasts, live streams on this channel every day, well and truly into the off season. So make sure you make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of this content that we're just going to keep pumping out, which we love doing. We live to make this content. We're having a great time doing it, so appreciate you guys hanging out after the game here. Jake, where do you want to take this next? Like I said, my notes is just a hand mash on the keyboard.
So Drew Holiday, Drew Holiday had that and one over the top of Obi Toppin late in this game as well, which was like identical to the and one that he had over Siakam in game 3. He makes fucking winning plays, dude. And like, he gets the offensive rebound off the JT miss. Like, you're still up 3 with like 5 seconds to go if you don't get that rebound. But like, and who knows, like, worst case, you end up going to overtime, but you probably end up getting a stop, he says, now that they've won the game, obviously. But, Drew Holiday comes in, gets that rebound. Like, I've been talking about Drew's offensive rebounding all playoffs, and that none bigger than that one right there. Just like, go get that board and end it and take yourselves to the finals. Big plays all day, all game. Like, they just couldn't get it to go from 3. The only one who was good from 3 tonight was Jaylen. Everybody was off. Tatum was so close to being 5 for 11, as you said, Spoonie, like 2 in and outs. But everybody, 2 for 9 from Derek, 2 for 9 from Drew, 1 for 5 for Hauser. I thought maybe Hauser was going to get one to go. Like, once he got that 3 early in the game, that maybe it was his Hauser time. But yeah, Drew Holiday, talk about championship DNA, the guy who's actually done it, the gold medal guy. A guy that everybody believes, does this stuff, and he's absolutely proved it throughout the Cavs and this series.
Yeah. This is the exact type of game people are always like, oh, all the Celtics do is shoot threes. They're not going to be able to win games if they can't make threes. Mm-hmm. Well, guess what? We just won a closeout game on the road without not even shooting 33% from 3. So, like, this team has a variety of ways to beat you, and I thought at the last 3.5 minutes, our offensive execution was actually really, really good. We got a lot of good shots. It was a little slow, but a lot of that was just working, getting Miles Turner into the action. They pre-switched him with Siakam a bunch, and then we would finally get Turner into the action, usually with Tatum and sometimes JB, and they were just making plays. Like, Tatum hit, I think, a big 3 at one point. JB had that one step-through move. And, yeah, a few in and out shots that really could have put this game away. Like if those go down, all of a sudden it's like, wow, the Celtics somehow won this game by 9. So I thought the execution was pretty good, other than a few little miscues here and there at the end of the game anyway.
What does this say about this team to be able to execute on this level in the clutch without Kristaps Porzingis, who was supposed to be the key to unlock that like 3-point heavy style offense for the Celtics, where suddenly we're still finding ways to manufacture buckets? I'll say manufacture magical moments in the end there to come back and win this game. You're like, the last comeback, there was momentum in that comeback from the third quarter onwards. This time it was like, where the fuck did that come from? How do we have the lead right now? And then how do we hold that lead at the end there? They had an equal amount of opportunities to get back in and snatch this game and hold on to their lead as well. Just that's a real come from behind. Where the hell did that come from? Comeback. And to do all that without KP, without the 3-ball going down, that is just incredible growth from this team. So I'm still in complete shock.
Dude.
To be honest.
Yep. I mean, the whole game it felt like we were down 20, and we were down, as opposed to actually being down 20 last game, where like we were down 4 going into a timeout, and I was like, man, why does it feel like we're down 17 points right now? And that's just kind of the playoffs, man. Like these games are hard, and I don't care who's on the other side. Andrew Nembhard played like a star throughout the playoffs. Like coming into the series, he was at like plus 60% true shooting. He's been unbelievable in this series. I don't care what you think about him. A lot of people are really high on him. And man, like if you're a Pacers fan, dude, you got to think like, Jesus Christ, we got some talent on this team. And Nembhard played the way that he did against this team. It's really impressive, and I'm so happy to be rid of Andrew Nembhard onto the easier matchup in Kyrie Irving, obviously.
Now, and that bum Luka, he's no Siakam, right?
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, it's all smooth sailing from here. Now we got to go. I think the Garden Report guys are about to get started. Any final thoughts before we wrap up? We got a lot of Celtics content that's already come out in the last like 5 minutes that we got to go hop on Twitter and catch up with.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Get some rest.
Ahead, Jake.
Get some rest. Heal up, KP.
I was just gonna say, hopefully KP's back in game 1 of the finals. But look, if you're watching these games, you're seeing the types of shots the Pacers are making. Like that team is, it is an impressive win, or impressive to sweep them. They're a very good team. They make shots. They try really hard on defense. Like, we've gone 5-5-4 in this playoff run, dude. Let's fucking finish it off in the finals, boys, please.
If by the time I click end stream here, if Rick Carlisle has not issued a public apology to the basketball ops / logistics people of the Indiana Pacers arena for his total nonsense take about the preparation for the ceremony, which has just happened, by the way. You were down 3-0, ended up being swept. You dickhead, and we needed the ceremony to begin with. After all, if that public apology hasn't been issued, I'll be very upset. But look, the Celtics, they're going back to the NBA Finals. Very exciting times, obviously. Go check out the Garden Report. They have just gotten started, and we'll be back on here a little bit later. Spoonie, Jake, love your work, guys. Until next time, Go Celtics.
I love